Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to my life. This is Esther. Today, let us talk about ingredients that can change the texture, the taste of your food positively and make your cooking better. I know there are a lot of people with, wonderful experiences you have learned maybe from your grandmother or from your mom. You have learned online how to cook better, but there are certain ingredients that help the taste of your food. There are some ingredients that when you add them to your food, they just bring that vibe that is very, welcoming, that is very tasteful to your food. And those ingredients, they are like, the savior. When you have spent a lot cooking, if you don't have those ingredients, like, you cannot enjoy that food. There are ingredients like that. They look simple, but they make a huge difference in the taste, in the flavor of your food. So let's talk about those simple ingredients that can be a game changer for you. Number one is salt. Yes, no matter the number of ingredients or the processes you have put your food through, if you don't add salt, the right quantity of salt, that food will become tasteless. So salt is very, very important when you are cooking. It looks like everybody know about salt, but the right quantity is very important for the taste of your food. All right? So next time you are cooking, understand the principle of salting your food. Okay? And it will help your food to come out better. Number two ingredient that can be a game changer for you after salt is, adding of flavor enhancing herbs and spices. This can be a game changer after getting the quantity of salt rightly in your food. The second most important is the spices and herbs. When you can get, in fact, when you get the right quantity of salt in your food and the right quantity of spices and herbs in your food, I'm telling you, the taste of your food will be perfect. Yesterday, I made sauce for my pasta, and it came out really, really, really tasty because I got the salting and the spicy well. You know, a lot of people do not know the ratio to add in food when it comes to spicing up food. When you want to spice your food, you make sure that a little of every of those spices that you are adding can go a long way than just using, bunch of one or two spices. For example, when you add too much quantity of garlic in your food, it takes over the flavor of the food. But when you add the right quantity, this in small quantity of maybe to four different spices, the taste become richer than when you just had, like 10 bulbs of garlic into your food. That food is going to taste garlicky. Yes, let me use that word. But when you use varying spices, for example, you take garlic, rosemary, ginger, and maybe another of your favorite spices, and use them in little quantity, and they complement one another. So number one game changer for your food flavor, for your taste of your food, is salt. Getting the right quantity of salt. Number two, getting the right ratio and combination of spices and herbs. And then number three, game changer for the taste of your food, is onion. Yes, onion has this flavor enhancing, vibe that it puts into your food. So you want to get the right, quantity of onions to use. Maybe you have been cooking and you have been using the right quantity of salt, combo of spices, but you have not really been feeling the richness of the taste of your food. That may be the time to add in some onions into your food, either fresh or the dried powdery form. They can improve the taste of your food. Also, healthy fats. Healthy fats such as olive oil can enrich and enhance the flavor and the taste of your food. Hello everybody, thanks for joining me. Let me know where you are watching me from, right, in the comment section. So if you want to improve the richness of your food in terms of aroma, in terms of taste, healthy fats, choices of your healthy fat can go a long way, all right? Because fats are like flavor enhancer in your food. They bind up with, to create a richness in flavor. Some of them, they carry some vitamins that helps your food to, taste better, all right? So you want to have the right choices of healthy fats when you are cooking, all right? So another thing that can help when you are cooking to enhance the flavor and the taste is knowing the combo of other ingredients that you're adding aside your salts, aside your, spices and herbs, aside the healthy fats. You want to study recipes. For example, there are some recipes that require you knowing the right. For example, let me use this example. For example, if you want to make tomato paste, you have to know the right quantity of water you are adding, all right, the right consistency. The consistency of that, tomato paste that you are using matters. If you start with a sour tomato, you are going to end up with sour what? Soup. That is just, it's just, food is just like garbage in, garbage out. So to help the taste of your food, the choice of your ingredients matters, the combo of your ingredients. If you want to make tomato soup, you are not starting with sour ingredients, sour tomato. No. When you start with sour tomato, and that's why a lot of people, when they want to cook tomato soup, for example, they add sugar. I'm like, you don't need sugar if you start with the right taste of tomato. All right, you don't start with a sour tomato and then using ingredients that are not even related to shield the sourness of the raw material. So you start with the right raw material, and this will already set the base for the flavor and the taste of the food. So when you are starting with tomatoes that are fleshy, that are not sour, all right, you don't need too much to have the right taste of that soup. So the right ingredient matters, the ratio of the ingredient. For example, when some people want to make tomato soup, they add pesto, they add healthy fats into it and all of that. But some people, they don't add all these things, and the taste is going to differ. So the choice of your ingredients also should be such that they enhance the flavor, the ratio of the ingredient. For example, you add too much of pesto into your soup, tomato soup, the taste is completely different from someone who added more of herbs and spices, all right? So let us know that when you are cooking, it's all about garbage in, garbage out. The choice of your ingredients, raw materials, what you are starting with, they also define a lot. Even if you use the right quantity of salt, use the right quantity of herbs and spices, you use the right quantity of onions, you use the right quantity of healthy fats, every other ingredient that you are using also matter. If you are starting with bad and rotten ingredients, sour ingredients, you are going to get sour final product, finished product. So how you choose and the ratio in which all your ingredients come in and the method of cooking also, they all contribute to the flavor, taste, texture of your food. So if you want to change the texture, the taste of your food, begin to choose fresh ingredients, ingredients that are rich, ingredients that are pure, devoid of chemicals, a lot of additives. All right, there are some ingredients that the taste from the ingredients, the leaves that you are using, they are not, they are grown with a lot of chemicals, they are grown with a lot of, the ingredients are made with a lot of additives, and all this affect the taste when you use them in cooking. So choose the right ingredients, choose the right combination of ingredients, choose the right processing and cooking method, choose the right ratios of ingredients to add, the time to add it, and your cooking will go on another level. All right, so let me know what works for you when you cook. How do you enhance the flavor of your food, and how do you enhance the taste of your food? Let me know. We can also learn from you. What are the hacks that you use to get good tasting food? There's nobody that do not like food that tastes well. Like, we all love to eat food that is tasting well, that is rich, that has good flavors, that is inviting. All right, so let me know your tricks and hacks in the kitchen. I've given you things that work for me, using the right salt, using the right spices and herbs in right ratio, using the right healthy fats, using the right ingredients, starting with good ingredients. Those are things that work for me. But let me know what works for you from your culture, from your upbringing, what works for you to improve the taste and flavor of your food. And maybe I may just use your own hack in my next cooking. Thank you very much for always joining in my conversation. Please do well to like, comment, and share. Please do well to subscribe to this page. Please subscribe and support. And until my next video, please stay healthy, eat healthy, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.